Hey all, good morning and welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, seems to be that it's going to be another very bearish day. At least that's what the indicators are showing us. Let's have a quick look at the headlines on CNBC. And we can see that all the major indices, index futures are heavily negative. So that's something that prevents us from being absolutely enthusiastic about starting this week. But I would like to say that this could present opportunities to buy. But the thing is, we don't rush out immediately and buy. We have to wait for the opportunity. So with that in mind, I'm going to have a look at all the indices as well as indicators and individual stocks to see where there is an opportunity, and I'd like to have your feedback on what you think. I'm not going to make any moves today. There is some bit of good news on the genomics side with Verve, so I'll talk about that. So that's the scope of today's video. Let's get started. Welcome back, friends. First, I would like to say that there is this economic indicator that we are looking at, where we're going to have Wednesday, January 15th at 8:30 a.m. Readings on the core inflation month over month, year over year, as well as inflation rate year over year and month over month. And this is going to be very crucial to confirm the current downturn. If the inflation reading comes in weak, I think we'll see a positive impact on the markets, and we'll also see a positive impact on the bond yields, because right now the bond yields are going crazy. If you look at the 10-year bond yield, right, as I predicted that it's going to go all the way above 5, it's on its way there. Today we are seeing a little bit of weakness in the sense that it opened much higher and it has come down, and it's almost close to where it closed in the previous session. But if I look at the MACD and the momentum, it seems to me that there is going to be more of consolidation at this level, so it's not going to help the market much. And based on that, I think we should expect some kind of weakness today in the markets. Now let's go to have a look at the futures, where I have done the Nasdaq futures, and there is this trend line we have, which is a bullish line. So we are still bullish as far as Nasdaq futures is concerned, and we have a support out here, which is a very strong support at 20,664. And if we break through that support, which is in conjunction with this long-term bull channel, then our next support is going to be somewhere in the 20,000 range. It's going to be 20,093.50 approximately. That's the next level of support, so that will be a big drop. And so far we have dropped close to around, if I take today's reading as well, we are around 7.44. So the correction is not yet in. We have another 3 percentage points to go, so we might as well go down further. So that's a very big possibility for today. And that said, I want to go and have a look at our AI stocks. Well, friends, let's start off with Google. Google is in a long-term bull channel, so overall it is bullish. But when you go to the short-term picture, you can see that it's quite weak. Now, I would like to just show you the short-term as well. For example, if you were to look at the short-term trend for Google, Google is looking very weak in the short term, because we have this huge red candle, and this light orange line here shows that we are down 0.84% today, and that means that we have fallen below this diagonal line of support, and we have a gap fill to happen. We have a bearish MACD, and momentum is dropping, so it's not great for Google. Now let me go back into the monthly and show you what's happening with Apple. Apple again is in a long-term bull channel, but in the short term it's looking very weak. When we look at Meta in the short term, that is one-day candles, it's looking pretty decent today, even though it's down 0.38% in pre-market. Momentum has been on the uptick, and MACD was bullish, so I'm hoping that Meta would be able to buck the trend for now, and then we go on and have a look at the chart for Amazon. So if you look at Amazon, Amazon is also in a long-term bull channel. If you are to imagine a diagonal line of support, it will be a long-term bull channel. But when it comes to the short term, you will see that Amazon is looking very weak. It's got the momentum below average, and MACD is also bearish, and we have a series of red candles, 3 red candles. But we are still not in that great a danger, because we are about 200-day exponential moving average. But if you were to look at some shares, they happen to be below the 200-day exponential moving average. Apple is still above the 200-day exponential moving average, so I'm positive about it. But if you were to look at some other shares, you'll find that they are very close to the 200-day exponential moving average. One of them happens to be Microsoft, which again is very weak in pre-market. It's down 0.48%, and if it falls below the 200-day exponential moving average, which is this orange line that we see here, I would be worried about that as well. And if you look at Nvidia is showing a decent amount of resilience to the overall downtrend, but nevertheless it's down 2.68% this morning. And it's displaying some amount of weakness, and it has fallen below all the supports. This orange line, light orange line that we see here, is the current price for Nvidia in the pre-market session, and that's already below all the supports, and the only support that we have next is at 130.15, and we are at 132.27. So there is no guarantee that Nvidia will be able to salvage the market. Now I want to show you a stock which is below the 200-day exponential moving average, that is AMD. AMD is in a total bearish channel. I wouldn't touch AMD with a barge pole. Next, you look at Palantir. Palantir is still in a bull channel overall, and it's above the 200-day exponential, so it still has got hope, but its fundamentals are very, very weak, and the technicals are also very weak, because if you look at the price to earnings ratio for Palantir, it's way off the charts, so that has got to improve further. So that's what we have there, and of course I want to close it. Before I close this, I want to show you Rigetti. Rigetti is looking very, very weak indeed. It has got a huge gap down which needs to be filled up, but it's still bullish, and it's in a bull channel, and it's also above the 200-day exponential. But for a stock like Rigetti, it won't take too long for it to fall much further, so I'm expecting bigger losses today. It's down 15.01% already in pre-market trading. Now let us go on to have a look at genomics, where I want to give you some good news. Verve has shown a little bit of improvement in the morning. The good news for Verve is that they have announced pipeline progress, and basically this press release says that initial data for Verve 102 targeting PCSK9 is expected in Q2 2025. So they have given us a date, and that is something positive. And they say that dosing has progressed to the 0.6 mg per kilogram cohort in the trial, which is exploring treatments for familial hypercholesterolemia, or HeFH, and premature coronary artery disease. And Verve 301 development candidate has been nominated, and as the development candidate targeting the LPA gene to reduce lipoprotein A levels, and it's associated with cardiovascular diseases. And Verve will receive a milestone payment from Eli Lilly as part of their ongoing collaborations for this, and it will be well capitalized with long-term cash runway. So that is the good news for Verve, and Verve is well capitalized with enough funds to support operations through mid-2027, with including this milestone payment from Eli Lilly. And in 2025, their key milestones include data readouts for Verve 102 and 201, an opt-in decision from Eli Lilly for the PCSK9 program, and continued advancement of the LPA gene editing program. So these are all very positive catalysts that could happen in 2025, and Verve continues to collaborate with Eli Lilly on the developments of its LPA program, Verve 301, with potential for significant milestones and royalty payments down the line on successful completion of these milestones. So that's the big positive for Verve. And we also have some positives for Caribou Biosciences, which is up 3.66% in the pre-market trade, because Caribou Biosciences has announced that it is starting phase 1 trial for lupus drug candidate. It has announced that it has already started phase 1 clinical trial for this therapy, and in the market it has seen a little bit of positive support. But guys, because of the overall market condition being what it is, I wouldn't expect all this positive to last very long. In fact, Verve was positive when I did a scan before recording this video, but now that I have come back to Verve again in the short period of around 30 minutes, it's down minus 5.06% from being positive 1.4%. So I don't expect even Caribou to stay positive for longer despite the good news. So that's what is happening in the markets, my friends. And then we have the put call ratio. Put call ratio is, I think, neutral at this point of time. And if I look at VIX, this is where we have the bad news. VIX is up 8.45% and we are above 20 on the VIX. So this is not looking great, and VIX seems poised to go up further. So we have to watch the VIX carefully. As long as the VIX keeps on going up, it's going to create a lot of volatility in the market, and we are going to have problems as retail investors, because this is when we incur our maximum losses. Gold, suppose, is seeming to be doing quite well overall. Even though it's down 0.72%, it's still on a bull channel, and it has done better than the last 2 trading days. So there you have it, friends. That's what we have here. And I'm thinking that I'm going to sit out this today on the market, and I'd like to hear from you guys what you're thinking about. One silver lining for my portfolio is that my FNGD is getting stronger and stronger, and I'm recovering whatever I'm losing on FNGU. So it's kind of a wash, but it's happening out there. And my Rigetti is also going down further. So I'll have to decide whether I'm going to cut the losses, sell it, and hold back. So that's what I'm planning to do today. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think is happening in the markets? Put it in the comment section. Give me your thesis so that I can also have the benefit of your wisdom and experience. With that, my friends, I'd like to bring this video to an end. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.